Hello everyone, Mr. G here. In this part, we're going to want to set up Visual Studio Code now that we've got the basics of Bash ready to go. So I'm going to close Bash, we won't need it for the moment, and I'm going to open Visual Studio Code. When you open it, you're probably going to get something that looks like this. The Explorer might be closed, so it's just going to be this kind of getting started screen. And first thing we're going to want to do is change some settings so that this is going to work a little more conveniently with our Git Bash. So at the top, you're going to go File, Preferences, Settings, which is also just Control Comma. It'll open up the same place. Now in here, we've got a lot of options, but we actually only care about the top right here. There's a few icons up in the top right. We particularly want this first one that says Open Settings JSON when you hover over it. So we're going to click that, and it's going to open a file for us to work with. Hopefully the font size I've chosen here is adequate for the video. You might have nothing between these curly braces, and that's perfectly okay. What you're going to do is you're going to add a new line between the curly braces, and then you're going to go into our notes. You're going to go here, and you're going to copy these lines. It should actually only be 2 lines, not 3. The doc formatting is a little messed up there. So I'm going to click Control V. It'll paste in, and at this point, I have pasted, and I will save, and I will close. So once I've saved, I used Control S in this case, and I've closed. We're actually going to close Visual Studio Code entirely. And now when we come back, settings might still be here. That's okay. But I'm going to close settings so we're back at the Get Started. And at the top here, I'm going to do Terminal, New Terminal, which is Control-Shift tilde. Tilde is the key above your tab key to the left of 1. So it could be Control-Shift tilde. And it's going to open up a terminal. And the most important thing is that it now appears as a bash terminal. So over here on the right side, you can see the word bash. And importantly, you can see that the coloring, the style, and the text here mirrors that of what we had in our Git Bash earlier. Same thing. So now we have access to Git Bash inside of Visual Studio Code. And it's going to make processing some of our changes a little easier. So once you're at this point, you can go on to what is going to be our final step, which is going to be making some of our first commits in Git and GitHub, and making sure that that link is working appropriately.